deliver consistent high purity products to
Derek, thanks for joining me off the back of a big few weeks for Anteo. Firstly, I'd like to start with the completion of the share purchase plan, which raised an additional $8 million. This is an excellent result for the company. With the funds raised from this SPP and the recent capital raise, how much runway does this give you, and where will capital be deployed?
Thanks, Alex, and thanks for having me again. Yeah, we're obviously very delighted with the result in terms of support from not only institutional investors but from retail investors as well. And we're very delighted to be in the position that we're in. It's a support for the business strategy and our current business going forward. And in terms of what that enables us to do, it gives us quite a bit of runway. We're well funded into the future now, and we'll be able to do all the things that we've announced during the raise, including acceleration of the Eugenie platform itself, acceleration of the AnteoX productization, and providing all the working capital that we need to build those businesses out. But in terms of extra capital, we've made an announcement today around our manufacturing strategy, and we will invest some of the funds that have been offered to us to build the local in-house manufacturing for the Eugenie platform. So that's a welcome addition to our portfolio, and that gives us a lot of extra flexibility and leverage. Also, it gives us some extra money to put in extra working capital for the Eugenie platform and for our AnteoX productization as well. So with the extra funds, we can even further extend our resourcing and leverage that into working capital for those two programs. In addition to that, it will accelerate our pursuit of leverage, the strategy that we've announced during recent months around extending the reader platform into different areas, and perhaps even looking at the data area. It gives us extra funds to pursue those more quickly. And in the last area, we're building obviously a business with global reach, and that global reach means that we have to have marketing and distribution capability in all parts of the world, and the extra capital will be employed to do that a lot quicker as well.
So just on that, Derek, as you mentioned, Anteo's test manufacturing strategy hit the market on Monday. Can you talk us through why it's cheaper and more efficient to produce these tests in-house, and how will this strategy increase speed to market overall? And I guess further to that, can you also give us some more context on the decentralised and diversified global strategy?
Sure. So to answer that question, just a little bit of a recap on where we've been. Obviously, to build the COVID-19 antigen rapid test, we took about 4 to 6 months in actual test development work to build that test. And then on top of that, we had to do a couple of other things. First, we had to build the Eugenie platform itself. That's the reader and all the technical software and the programming that goes behind the reader to make the Eugenie platform work. And that took an additional 7 months. And then on top of that, we had to do a technical transfer to Operon of the actual strip picture to a third party, and that took an additional 8 months. So two things with bringing the manufacturing in-house. Obviously, we don't have to build the Eugenie platform again because we've already done that, so that saves a lot of time. But also the technical transfer to a third party won't necessarily have to be done straight away. We can actually do the technical transfer in-house, and that will enable us to bring our tests speed to market a lot quicker. And so that's an advantage for us from a marketing perspective, that we can actually do the 4 to 6 months on average test development very quickly after that, put that into production. So that's a good market opportunity for us to be able to do that. Now, in terms of broader manufacturing strategy, bringing the test manufacturer or the strip manufacturer in-house enables us to push through some more volume of strips, turn those into cards and send those cards to various cassette assembly locations around the world, which are closer to the markets that we're going to operate in. So that flexibility will enable us to not only deploy our tests more quickly, but we'll bring down the manufacturing costs because we'll be able to do manufacturing in locations that are probably cheaper than either Europe or Australia eventually, but service the remaining markets of the world from cheaper locations, and that will give us a cost advantage as well. So those two things together, speed to market and lowering the costs, are why we are doing the manufacturing strategy that we announced today.
Thanks, Derek. And just finally, in your mind, what are the company's next major value catalysts?
Okay, well, the company's never been in a position to deliver on an end user product to the market like we are in now. The 12 or 14 years that the company's been in operation, it's been purely a raw material play. So we're in a very different position now. And we see that as a medium to long-term growth plan for the company. It's a stable platform. It gives us an opportunity to use that platform to grow the company quite significantly. And when we proxy our ambitions in the market, we look to players like Cordell and Abbott, who were some years ago in similar positions to what we are in now and have gone on to make very successful businesses. So I think, the opportunity for us to leverage where we are today from that perspective is good. Second area, leverage across the business generally. We've talked about the opportunity for us to take different platforms into the market, different reader platforms, and open up different segments. I think that's a really significant opportunity for us in the shorter term, and that will add extra revenue and extra opportunity for the business. We've also talked about the leverage of data, and again, I think that's a really good opportunity. That's a new area of the business that's opening up, and we are well positioned to take advantage of that. And also on the leverage front, the commercialisation of AnteoX, which we plan for later this year, is an exciting opportunity for us, and we will use that opportunity to further the revenue generation of the business, but also look further beyond that to the commercialisation of our active material base as well. So those areas are very exciting and very good value propositions for the business. But the last area that I'll talk about is just the business in general and our greater presence in optics in the market generally. We're a bigger player now. We're more visible, and we've got a better, stable business, better business optics, and that will open up us for opportunities to to do business with different companies in the market on a synergistic basis. And I think that there's some really good opportunities for us to work with larger organisations and work with them to leverage the technology and the capability that we have to build better solutions in the market generally. So those discussions are already starting to happen, and I think that's a great opportunity for us going forward.
Thanks for the update, Derek. Great to see the strategy on paper, and we'll be keeping a very close eye on how things progress over the coming months. Thanks for your time.
Thanks very much.